And now, the native screen reader for Android. This is a segment we refer to as Talkback Highlights. This is where some feature of the screen reader is demonstrated.
Now we turn to our Talkback Highlights section, and John brings us a demonstration of spell checking using the Talkback Braille Keyboard.
Hi, John here, and for this installment of Talkback Highlights, I'm going to be covering the new spell check feature in the Braille keyboard. This is not a new feature, but as of Talkback 14.1, you can now use spell check while you're in the Braille keyboard, and I'm gonna do a demonstration of how you can do this. I already have the keyboard brought up in an edit field. I'm just gonna type, this is a test of the spell check feature with some mistakes in there. So let's see how bad I can type here.
TH I street fist IS is A T E S N Tessin of B S P E L spell CH E C K check F E T U R dots 256 feature.
Okay, so what I did was, I messed up a few on purpose. I put double letters when there shouldn't have been. I put single letters when there should have been double letters, and some words I just flat out spelled wrong, and others had I missed one dot, it would have made the word a lot different. So I'm going to go to the beginning of the field. I'm going to hold dots 4 and 5 and swipe up.
Fist is a tessin of the spell check feature. Beginning of field.
So as you can see, it's not right. So in order to get into spell check mode, you're going to change the granularity. I'm going to swipe left with 3 fingers.
Spell check.
And now you can swipe down to go through the options. This is because I'm at the beginning of the field. If I were at the end, I could just swipe up and go through them backwards, but I'll do them in the correct order. So I'm going to swipe down.
Tessin.
Actually, let me swipe back up.
Fist.
Because this is the first word. The cursor is at the beginning of the word, so when I swiped down, it went to the next word. So now that I'm on this, so I just didn't use for the letter S, I intentionally missed dot 2, and I'm using contracted braille, so it put an ST instead of an S. So I'm going to swipe. You can swipe left and right to go through the suggestions. I'm going to see what we have here.
This, THIS.
That's the one. I'm going to see what else we have.
Think, THINK. That, THAT. This, THIS.
And back to this. So I'm going to swipe right with 2 fingers to select it.
Text replaced.
And another gesture is, if you want to undo it, you swipe left with 2 fingers.
T.
Now it just said T, so maybe it put the T back in there. So I'm going to swipe down and back up to see if that's what happened.
Tessin. Fist.
Yeah, so it's back to fist. So again, swipe right.
This, THIS.
Swipe right with 2 fingers.
Text replaced.
Is corrected. I'm going to go down to the next word.
Tessin.
Do the same thing.
Teen, TEEN.
No.
10, TEN.
No.
Test, TEST.
Swipe right with 2 fingers.
Text replaced.
Next word.
Spell.
Spell, I only put one L, so I'm going to swipe right.
Spell, spell.
Yep, correct that.
Text replaced.
Next word.
Check.
For this, I think I put 2 Ks at the end.
Check, check.
So that's the correct one.
Text replaced.
Then for feature, I just spelled it all wrong. Feetur, I think is what I put.
Feature.
I'm going to swipe right.
Feature, feature.
That's the one I want, so I'm going to swipe right with 2 fingers.
Text replaced.
And there you have it. So, just as a side note, as you're going through these misspellings, you're moving the cursor to the beginning of any word. So, if you get to a misspelled word and there's not a suggestion that you want to use and you just want to respell the whole thing, then you could just use the gesture to select the next word, which would be to hold either .2 or .5 and swipe down with 2 fingers. That will highlight the word, and then you can just type the new word from there. Now, by inserting text, that will take you out of the spell check mode. It'll set the granularity back to characters, I believe. So if you want to get back into spell check after that, you just swipe left with 3 fingers again. So that's been a demonstration of how to use spell check in the Braille keyboard. Thanks for listening.
I have to say, this isn't something I've tried particularly before, but I may well give it a go after this demo. Does anyone else spell check or edit much with their Braille keyboard, or do you tend to switch back and do your editing with a different keyboard?
I must confess, though, that I don't use the virtual Braille keyboard a lot of the times. And now and then I do. But ever since the implementation of a better spell checker, though, I haven't quite really tried it. And besides, I also have like a Braille display. So if I want to do something typing in Braille and, most especially if I'm in the car, I will just use my Braille display instead. But it's a nice feature to have. You can call it up in a pinch and be able to do things. I like putting it on my lap if I'm doing it in the car and I don't have my Braille display with me, but it's something I haven't done in a while. But it's nice to have that spell checker in there that now works.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the way I use my phone, because when I'm listening to it, quite often I'm not using earbuds. I just have it on a very, very low volume, like at what they now call 0%, and raise it to my ear. So I tend to find that when I'm using the Braille keyboard, I'm not listening to the phone at all. I'm just brailing on it. And then when I want to do anything else, I'll close out the keyboard, switch back to Gboard, and make minor edits there. I think it's probably something I would use a bit more if I used a headset.
Yeah, I tend to use mine with a headset, especially when I'm in the car. I never go into the car without my headset. So I know I'm going to be in the car and I'm going to be using my phone. Then absolutely, I take my headset with me because the noises, and I want to be able to be fully, interactive with the phone. So I tend to do that.
You're really sociable in the car then. You're talking to your family and everything.
Well, I don't do this all the time, but if there's something I'm working on that I didn't finish working on, and I want to finish it before I get to the place I'm going, then I'll do that. But or otherwise, I'm actually the one who doesn't use my phone in the car. The kids, however, their heads buried in the damn phone.
Yeah. Does anyone else use the Talkback Braille keyboard to spell check? Might be things we want to play with this week then. Sounds not. It's good. I like it when we I like it anyway when we hear demos of things that I don't do, and then I have a look at see if I want to change the way I use my phone. So thank you, John.